In the book of Genesis, Adam and Eve lived very long lives. Because they lived for many years, they had many sons and daughters, their family grew larger and larger, and people began to spread across the earth. At that time, the world was very different from today. The environment was better, and people lived much longer lives. Many people lived for hundreds of years.
Adam lived for 930 years old. Noah lived even 950 years old then. Noah's wife, Sarah 433 and Abraham lived 175 years old. After Cain killed his brother Abel, God told Cain that the land would no longer grow crops for him. Cain was a farmer, so this was very difficult for him. Cain traveled to a land east of Eden. There, he built a home, married. Cain married a woman who was also a descendant of Adam and Eve, and he started his own family.
The Bible shows us that even though life became harder after leaving Eden, people continued to live, work, and grow families.
The family lines after Adam. After Abel died, Adam and Eve had the third son, Seth. Cain and Seth, two different family lines began. Both lines grew and spread, but they chose very different paths. The line of Cain. Cain's family became strong in skills and knowledge. They built cities. They learned how to care for animals. They created music. They worked with metal tools. Human life became more advanced. But the Bible also tells us that violence and revenge grew stronger in Cain's family. People became proud and moved farther away from God. This family line did not continue after the Great Flood.
This story teaches us that civilization can grow, but without kindness and respect, it cannot last.
The line of Seth. Seth was given to Adam and Eve after Abel was killed. The Bible says that in Seth's time people began to call on the name of the Lord. This family line focused on faith, prayer and walking with God. One important man in this line was Enoch. Enoch was special because he walked with God, and instead of dying, God took him to heaven when he was 365 years old. Just like Enoch, Noah walked with God. This was not an accident. Faith had been passed down through generations. Noah, who is the great-grandson of Enoch.
By the time Noah lived, the world had become deeply broken. The Bible describes this time with strong words. It says that people's thoughts were continually evil. Violence filled the earth. Yet in the middle of this dark world, Noah stood out. The Bible says, Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and Noah walked with God.
God gives Noah a warning. When Noah was 600 years old, God told Noah that a great flood was coming. Rain would fall for many days. Water would cover the land, everything would change. But God also gave Noah hope. God told Noah to build a large boat. This boat was called an ark. The ark was not a small boat. It was very big and very strong. God gave Noah clear instructions. He told Noah how long it should be, how wide it should be, and how tall it should be. The ark would have rooms inside and a door on the side. Building the ark, Noah obeyed God. He began to build the ark just as God had told him. This was not easy. The ark took many years to build. People around Noah laughed at him. They said, "Why are you building a boat when there is no rain?" But Noah did not stop. He trusted God even when others did not understand. Day after day, Noah worked on the ark. When the ark was finished, God gave Noah another command. God told Noah to bring animals into the ark. 2 of every kind of animal came to Noah, male and female, big animals, small animals, birds, land animals, and creeping animals. God also told Noah to bring food for his family and for the animals. Noah obeyed God again. the flood begins. Then the rain began to fall. At first, it was just rain. But the rain did not stop. Day after day, the water rose higher and higher. Soon, the earth was covered with water. The ark lifted off the ground and floated on the flood. Inside the ark, Noah and his family were safe. God protected them. Waiting on the waters. The rain stopped after many days, but the water did not go away quickly. The ark floated on the water for a long time. Inside the ark, Noah waited patiently. He trusted that God would keep his promise. At last, the water slowly began to go down. A sign of hope. One day, Noah sent out a bird. The bird came back. Later, Noah sent out a dove. The dove returned with a fresh olive leaf. This was a sign. The earth was becoming dry again. Life was starting anew. A new beginning. Finally, God told Noah to leave the ark. Noah, his family, and all the animals came out onto dry land. The flood was over. Noah thanked God. God made a promise to Noah. God promised that he would never again destroy the earth with a flood. As a sign of this promise, God placed a rainbow in the sky. Every time people see a rainbow, it reminds them of God's promise and God's mercy.
What this story teaches us. Why God did not choose Cain's family. Cain's family was very successful by human standards. They built cities, they developed skills and technology, they created music tools and ways of living that helped civilization grow. God did not reject Cain's family because they were talented. God did not reject them because they were intelligent or creative skills. Culture and technology are not evil, but it never says they walked with God, they called on the name of the Lord. Instead, violence appears, pride appears, human strength becomes more important than God.
Closing message. God does not look for the strongest people. He does not look for the most powerful or the most famous. He looks for people who are willing to walk with him. From Enoch to Noah, this simple choice changed the course of history.
God blessed Noah and his sons. God told them to have children and to fill the earth again. People began to spread across the land. The story of the flood is not just about destruction. It is also about mercy and hope. God did not erase humanity. He preserved it. From one family, a new world began.